Michael has seen it clearly. Someone you trust is quietly working against you. God has sent this as your final alert. If you ignore this, their plan will succeed. My child, stop for a moment. Something hidden has aligned for you right now, and the universe does not interrupt without purpose. If your heart felt a quiet pull to pause here, that was not random. This message arrives in divine timing, wrapped in light, because your soul is ready to remember a truth that has been gently concealed until now. There is a subtle shift happening around you, soft, almost invisible. You may have felt it as confusion, a heaviness you couldn't explain, or a sense that something wasn't fully honest. This is not fear speaking. This is awareness awakening. The divine speaks softly, and today it speaks through revelation, not alarm. You were never meant to be caught unaware. You were meant to see clearly when the moment arrived. The universe reveals what was hidden only when your spirit is strong enough to hold it. What you are sensing now is not coincidence, it is confirmation. A veil is lifting, and clarity is entering your path. This is not about judgment or blame, it is about protection, discernment, and divine alignment. You are being guided to trust your intuition again, the one you may have doubted but which has never left you. Listen closely, because this message was not sent lightly. Michael has seen it clearly. Someone you trust is quietly working against you. God has sent this as your final alert. If you ignore this, their plan will succeed. These words are not meant to frighten you. They are meant to awaken you. Divine warnings come wrapped in love, not panic. Heaven does not rush you, it invites you to see. There is something hidden in plain sight, and your soul already knows where to look. This is about awareness, not accusation. About boundaries, not battles. About choosing light over illusion. You are not alone in this moment. The universe stands beside you, guiding your steps gently but firmly. This revelation comes because your destiny is protected. What is meant for you cannot be taken, but clarity must come before elevation. When truth is revealed, peace soon follows. Take this as a moment of empowerment. Breathe. Reflect. Observe with compassion and wisdom. You are being prepared for something greater, and nothing that does not align with your highest good can go with you. Trust that divine intelligence is arranging every detail in your favor. There is hope here. There is clarity here. And there is purpose unfolding now. If this message resonated with your spirit, stay with this video until the end. Allow the full revelation to unfold. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel so this divine guidance can reach others who are ready. Your presence here matters. Watch completely, because what comes next may be exactly what your soul has been waiting for. Michael has seen it clearly. The veil has been lifted, not by fear, not by suspicion, but by quiet understanding. I speak now not to alarm you, but to awaken you. I am not the voice of panic, I am the whisper of truth that arrives when the noise finally settles. What you have sensed in fragments, what has brushed your spirit in moments of stillness, is not imagination. It is discernment being sharpened. Listen gently, for this is not a message meant to harden your heart, but to steady it. There is a closeness around you that feels familiar, comfortable, even safe. Trust has grown there over time, layered through shared words, shared moments, shared silence. Yet trust, when left unexamined, can become a resting place where awareness sleeps. I am not saying this to make you withdraw from the world, nor to see enemies in every shadow. I say this so that you may see clearly without losing love. Wisdom and compassion are not opposites, they are companions. You have been kind. You have been patient. You have given the benefit of the doubt even when your spirit felt a subtle hesitation. That hesitation was not fear. It was a quiet nudge, a gentle signal asking you to pause and observe. I speak now because the season has shifted. What was once a whisper is now ready to be understood. Not everything that smiles means harm, and not everything that feels uneasy is danger, but discernment grows when you allow truth to stand in the light. Michael perceived this not through accusation, but through alignment. When you walk in integrity, what is not aligned becomes visible on its own. I am not asking you to confront, to accuse, or to expose. I am asking you to become still enough to notice patterns, to listen beyond words, to feel the tone beneath conversations. Awareness is not aggression. Clarity does not require conflict. Understand this. No one has power over your destiny that I have not allowed you the strength to navigate. Nothing can take what is meant for you when you remain grounded in truth. The purpose of this message is not to create distance, but to create balance. When you know where you stand, you no longer sway with every influence around you. There are intentions that are spoken, and intentions that are hidden even from the one who carries them. Sometimes people act from unresolved places within themselves, not out of malice, but out of fear, comparison, or insecurity. This does not make them evil, but it does make their influence something to be mindful of. You are not responsible for their inner work, only for the stewardship of your own heart. This is your alert not because something terrible is inevitable, but because something important is unfolding. Growth often attracts resistance. Not because you are wrong, but because change unsettles what has grown comfortable. When you rise, when your clarity deepens, when your purpose sharpens, it reflects back to others what they may not yet be ready to face within themselves. Do not rush to label. Do not rush to withdraw. Instead, strengthen your boundaries gently. Speak less where words are not safe. Share less where understanding is not mutual. Observe without judgment. Pray without fear. Act without haste. This is how wisdom moves, quietly, firmly, without spectacle. I have not brought this to you to make you anxious. Anxiety clouds discernment. I have brought this to you to restore your confidence in your own perception. You are not naive for trusting. You are learning when to trust yourself just as deeply. There is a difference between openness and overexposure. One nourishes connection, the other drains it. Let your actions be guided by peace, not by pressure. If something requires you to shrink, to doubt your worth, or to abandon your values, it is not from me. What is aligned with me brings clarity, not confusion, steadiness, not strain. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions, not just during them. Your spirit responds honestly when your mind is still. This is not about cutting people off. It is about drawing closer to truth. As you do, what no longer belongs will naturally fall into proper distance. You do not need to announce it. You do not need to explain it. Alignment requires no defense. I am with you in this. I have been with you in every moment you questioned yourself, every time you wondered if you were overthinking, every time you chose kindness even when you felt unsure. None of that was wasted. It refined you. It prepared you for this awareness. Now, remain gentle. Remain observant. Let your next steps be intentional, not reactive. There is more being revealed, layer by layer, not to overwhelm you, but to strengthen you. And as this unfolds, remember, nothing meant for your harm can overcome what is guarded by truth, patience, and light. This message does not end here. Because what is being shown to you is still unfolding, and there is more I will reveal when the moment is right. What unfolds next is not meant to rush you, but to steady you even more deeply. I speak in layers because growth happens that way, line upon line, moment upon moment. If I were to reveal everything at once, it would overwhelm the quiet work happening inside you. So I continue gently, the way dawn arrives, not forcing the night to leave but inviting light to rise. You are entering a season where perception becomes sharper, not louder. Many believe clarity arrives with dramatic signs, but true revelation is often calm. It settles into you like understanding rather than shock. You may notice yourself becoming more reflective, less reactive. This is not withdrawal, it is maturity. You are learning the difference between responding from habit and responding from wisdom. I want you to understand something important. Awareness does not require suspicion. You do not need to look over your shoulder or question every interaction. When you are aligned, what is not aligned reveals itself without effort. Patterns repeat. Energy speaks. Silence communicates. You are not being asked to judge, only to notice. There will be moments when you feel prompted to pause before speaking, to listen longer before agreeing, to hold your plans closer to your heart. This is not secrecy. It is stewardship. Not everything grows well when exposed too early. Even seeds are hidden in the soil before they rise. Protecting what is forming within you is an act of respect, not fear. Some connections in your life were meant for a chapter, not the entire story. This does not diminish their value. It honors their purpose. When seasons change, the environment must change as well. What once supported you may now feel heavy, not because it is wrong, but because you are expanding beyond it. Growth often feels like discomfort before it feels like freedom. You may feel a gentle tension between who you were and who you are becoming. This is natural. Do not cling to old versions of yourself out of loyalty. I am doing a new work in you, and it requires space. Let go without resentment. Move forward without guilt. Gratitude and release can exist together. I am guiding you to become more grounded, not more guarded. Grounded people do not need to prove themselves. They do not rush to explain. They do not chase validation. They move with quiet assurance, trusting that what is meant to align will align without force. This is the posture I am cultivating in you now. Pay attention to your inner calm. When you are in alignment, even difficult conversations will not steal your peace. When something consistently unsettles you, drains you, or leaves you feeling diminished, that is information, not condemnation. You are allowed to honor that information with wisdom. This message is not about creating distance from others, it is about drawing closer to your own clarity. As you do, your relationships will naturally adjust. Some will deepen. Some will soften. Some will gently fade. None of this requires drama. Alignment rarely does. I know you have spent time wondering if you are being too sensitive, too thoughtful, too cautious. Let me be clear. Sensitivity guided by wisdom becomes discernment. Thoughtfulness guided by truth becomes strength. Caution guided by peace becomes protection. Nothing about this journey is a weakness. You are not late. You have not missed anything. Everything is unfolding at the right pace. Trust that what is being revealed now could not have been received earlier without burden. You are ready now because you are steadier now. There may be moments when old conversations replay in your mind and suddenly make sense. Words once dismissed may reveal deeper meaning. Actions once overlooked may appear differently. Do not dwell on regret. Insight is not meant to pull you backward, it is meant to guide you forward with clarity. Remain kind, but be clear. Remain open, but be wise. Remain loving, but be anchored. This balance is the mark of spiritual maturity. You are learning to love without losing yourself, to serve without shrinking, to trust without surrendering your discernment. I am not asking you to change who you are. I am refining how you stand. Confidence rooted in humility is powerful. Peace rooted in truth is unshakable. When you move from this place, you do not need to compete, compare, or convince. Your presence will speak for itself. There will be opportunities ahead that require you to choose alignment over approval. These choices may feel quiet, almost invisible to others, but they will shape your path profoundly. Choose what brings peace even if it brings less applause. Choose what feels true even if it feels unfamiliar. Do not underestimate the power of small adjustments. A boundary here. A pause there. A decision to listen inwardly before responding outwardly. These are the moments where futures shift gently, without noise, without conflict. I am watching over you as you navigate this awareness. You are not alone in your reflection. Every step you take with intention is supported. Every moment you choose clarity over confusion strengthens you. Nothing is wasted when it is surrendered to growth. Remember this. You do not need to expose what you have discerned. Truth does not demand announcement. It simply adjusts your movement. Let your actions reflect your understanding without explanation. Those who are meant to walk with you will adjust with you. There is still more unfolding. More clarity will come, not as warning, but as confirmation. You will feel it in your steadiness, in your peace, in the quiet confidence that replaces uncertainty. When that happens, you will know you are walking in alignment, not because everything is easy, but because everything feels honest. Hold this message close, not as a source of fear, but as a reminder of your growth. You are becoming more aware, more grounded, more aligned. This is not an ending. It is a threshold, and as you continue forward, stay attentive, stay gentle, stay rooted, because what is being prepared for you next requires the clarity you are now stepping into, and I will continue to speak as you are ready to hear. And this message will continue when the moment is right, because there is still more to be revealed, and this unfolding is not finished yet. I continue now, not because urgency presses, but because completion brings peace. What I have been revealing to you has been preparing your heart to receive wholeness, not tension. This message reaches its end not with a warning, but with assurance, because clarity is not meant to leave you unsettled. It is meant to anchor you, as you move forward, you will notice that your inner world becomes quieter. Not empty, quiet. The kind of quiet that allows truth to rise without force. This is how you will know you are walking in alignment. There will be fewer internal arguments. Fewer moments of self-doubt. Not because challenges disappear, but because your footing becomes firm. You will no longer need constant reassurance when your spirit recognizes truth. There may still be moments when you feel misunderstood. That is not a sign you are off course. Often, clarity separates before it connects. Not everyone will understand your stillness, your restraint, your refusal to engage in what once felt familiar. Let them misunderstand gently. You do not need to correct every perception. Your consistency will speak louder than explanations ever could. You are learning that strength does not announce itself. It moves steadily, intentionally, without fear of being overlooked. I am teaching you to value depth over visibility, substance over noise. In this season, what grows quietly will last longer than what rises quickly. You may feel a pull toward simplicity, simpler conversations, simpler commitments, simpler rhythms. This is not loss. It is refinement. When distractions fall away, what remains becomes clearer. You are being guided to protect your energy not because it is fragile, but because it is valuable. Understand this clearly. You are not responsible for carrying the weight of everyone around you. Compassion does not require self-neglect. Love does not require self-erasure. You are allowed to step back, to breathe, to choose what nurtures you without guilt. Balance is not selfish, it is sustainable. As this message concludes, I want you to remember that discernment is not about control. It is about freedom. Freedom to choose wisely. Freedom to move without fear. Freedom to trust yourself because you are grounded in truth. You are not being isolated, you are being aligned. What once confused you will soon feel obvious. What once drained you will lose its pull. What once required effort to tolerate will no longer fit naturally. This is not rejection, it is resolution. When clarity arrives, it rearranges priorities quietly but permanently. You will begin to recognize peace as your compass. Not excitement. Not approval. Peace. When a decision aligns with peace, even if it challenges you, it will feel steady. When something pulls you away from peace, no matter how appealing it appears, your spirit will resist. Trust that resistance. It is wisdom, not fear. I have watched you grow through patience, through restraint, through choosing understanding when you could have chosen reaction. None of that was unseen. None of it was wasted. It shaped the clarity you now carry. You are stronger than you realize, not because you have hardened, but because you have remained true. Let your future be built on this foundation: awareness without suspicion, confidence without pride, boundaries without bitterness. This balance will guide you well. When you walk this way, you do not need to look behind you. What is meant to follow will follow naturally. As you close this chapter, release the need to figure everything out. Trust that what you need to know will be revealed at the right moment, in the right way. You do not need to anticipate every outcome. You only need to remain present, attentive, and honest with yourself. I am not distant from you. I am present in the quiet moments, in the pauses between decisions, in the calm that settles after understanding arrives. When you feel grounded without knowing why, that is alignment. When you feel steady even when circumstances shift, that is trust taking root. Carry this message not as a burden, but as a confirmation. You are not imagining your growth. You are not wrong for changing. You are not weak for choosing peace. You are becoming more yourself, not less. And now, as this message reaches its end, let it end where it began, in clarity, not fear. In awareness, not anxiety. In strength, not suspicion. Walk forward gently. Walk forward wisely. Walk forward knowing that you are supported, guided, and capable of discerning truth with grace. Amen.